Welcome, family and friends of the class of 2016. I'm Cindy McMahon, principal of the community school. This is a very special night that we have all looked forward to. So please welcome our honored guests who will join me at graduation of these wonderful students. Dr. Shelley Redinger, Superintendent of Spokane Public Schools. Ms. Dina Brower, President of the Spokane Public Schools Board of Directors. And Ms. Bobby Konchuk, the 401 or Senior Advisor. And now I'd like to invite Dr. Redinger to say a few words.
Well, I'd like to welcome all of you to this grand event. This is our last graduation for the year, so you are very special, and we save the best for last, right? So my hope for each of you and our goal as a school district is that we've prepared you well for your futures. And wherever it's next, whether military, 2-year, 4-year colleges, or right to the workforce, we hope we've prepared you well, and come back and let us know, because what we need to improve, we want to hear from you. But tonight's all about you, and congratulations, class of 2016.
And now I would like to invite Dina Brower for a few words.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to be here this evening on behalf of the School Board of Spokane Public Schools. We work very hard to make sure the programs that we're offering are quality programs. And as I look at the graduates sitting before me, we have quality young men and young women ready to face the world and take their talents and knowledge and put them forth. They have strong habits of the mind and heart that we in our community and will benefit from for many years to come. So thank you for all of your hard work today and tomorrow and for the many years to come. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Brower. So the community schools philosophy is all about putting students at the center. So it's fitting that at graduation, we have 3 representatives from this class who are going to share their personal reflections as well as a special musical performance. So first, let me introduce Eric Gallagher, who is a Spokane Scholar for Music Accomplishment. But who knew he was a poet? Eric?
Well, hi everybody. I've played my violin in this theater many, many times, and I think it's fitting that I speak in this theater now to reflect what I am doing and what I believe in. I am an artist. Yes, that much is clear to me. There are many who say I can't. Well, just you wait. They'll see. Being an artist isn't just painting or sculpting things out of clay. There's also drawing and, I don't know, making things out of paper mache. But that's the problem. You see, art is so much more. It's sometimes unexplainable. It makes you feel torn. Art is beyond itself, meaning more than it is. Its emotional power, man, does it just give you goosebumps all over your skin? Beyond itself, that's what art is. Encompassing the entirety of human power and creativity, harnessing collaboration and greatness amongst people, though it isn't any kind of divinity. Art is human, within each and every one of us, an amazing outlet for human expression, and not a single solitary one of you is an exception. We are all artists, expressing ourselves through whatever we decide to do. The power of changing something within someone else. It's amazing, dude. Thinking that, wow, so here I am up here reading all of you a poem, thinking that, wow, if I cleverly rhyme a bunch of words, that'll really show him. Has it not, though? Do all of you really wish to make me sob? No, though, I am kidding. If I don't rhyme the last word of this line, it'll sound weird. See what I mean? Art is engaging, clever, quick. It's often metaphorical, delicious, like that one candy bar. Snickers. Now, I guess I've rambled on long enough, but despite its length, my message is just the same. Doing what you love, working hard, and getting better at it is in itself an art, and the only thing keeping us from moving forward, for that we have ourselves to blame. So go now, my friends. Wait until the ceremony is over. Trust me, I think it's going to be nice, like a little Dr. Seuss Clover. My friends, thank you. And my peers, each and every one of you on and off the roster. And now finally, I say, to die and to live will be an awfully big adventure, and to go where no one has gone before, and live long and prosper. Thank you, and congrats, class of 2016.
Thank you, Eric. Poetry has a way of conveying many feelings. Some are whimsical and some are serious. I would like to introduce Emma Tanner, who will present her original poem.
All I can say about these past 4 years is it's been a journey where my perspective has gone from miles from where it was when I started, and I know that all my classmates can relate. This poem tells my perspective and what I hope my classmates can bring with them as they close this one door and open another. I see with my eye a world more powerful, black and white souls in a world that is colorful. I see with my eye what most of us are missing, a reason or a purpose for why each of us are existing. I see with my eye that I enlightened beautiful souls that got sucked into fighting, beautiful souls that got lost in the money, beautiful souls in a hurry always running. I see with my eye a vision of this earth where we live with simplicity and Mother Nature has worth. I see with my eye consuming less produced substances, taking actions in our bodies, no control from the government. And I see with my eye a piece of indigo in every one of you. Take a look in the mirror, reflect on what society has done to you. I see with my eye realization beyond our control, where we forget where we are living, look around us, we are home. I see with my eye not enough moderation, too obsessed with the money and not enough with the constellations. I see with my eye a beautiful soul in every one of you trying to make it through this life while awaiting peace to come to you. I see with my eye river souls flowing louder. Remind yourself every day positivity fuels the best power. And I see with my eye and pretend that we are ghosts, roaming spirits in a shell. Inside of us is what offers most. Because I see with my eye no prettier eyes, no nicer nose, no better style, and no fancier clothes. Because I see with my eye each of us are like a snowflake, beautiful and fragile, each different in our own way. And I see with my eye a difference I know each of you are making, so next time you get a chance, do not hesitate when taking. Because I see with my eye a new chapter approaching, arms wide open, with a future that's unknowing.
Thank you, Emma. And now Eric Gallagher will perform Sonata for Violin and Piano in G minor by Claude Debussy. Eric will be accompanied by Emma Laxton on the piano. That was really wonderful, Eric. Thank you. Now you can see why he was a Spokane Scholar for his musical talent. And now I would like to introduce Emily Christensen, and she is going to share her graduation reflections.
I'm not going to try and beat that, so I'm not going to play you any music or read you any poems. I just have a speech. I am not here to teach you how to say goodbye. Everything I know about that I know from you all. I'm here for the same reason that you're all here, to convince my friends and family and loved ones and myself that I'm an adult. And in pursuit of that ends, I've been doing adult things lately. Making my own doctor's appointments, doing my own laundry, setting up my own bank account. Now, any of you who have ever set up a bank account before know that you need a password, and back in the day, you could just pick your mother's maiden name and be done with it. But today it's more complex. The passwords that we use to guard the hordes of riches that the FAFSA seems to think I have to be more complex. Something so central to the core of who we are as people that no hacker or bank robber could ever figure it out. Questions about who we are. What was the make and model of your first car? Where was your first date? At the end of August 2012, I met a mismatched group of 3 girls and 7 boys who were to become a family. I came to the community school a short, brace-face mess, scared out of my mind about the risk that I took, that we all took by coming here. We were a diverse range of questions solved and questions still unanswered, but we all had at least one thing in common. We'd yet to grow up. We spent the next 4 years, the last 4 years, growing up together, maneuvering through the maze of life as a team, adding and losing players along the way. We learned to write with intention, speak with clarity. We learned the history of ourselves. We learned how to divide multiple angled proofs of polynomial quadratic super mega functions. They did. But more importantly, we learned who we were. We learned how to get together. We learned how to be people. We answered each other's security questions. We didn't do it alone, and there are a lot of people who we have to thank first. First of all, of course, our parents and relatives without whom we wouldn't exist on the planet, who brought us to this point in our lives. We owe them a debt of gratitude for that. Secondly, we owe the community partners who make the community school the community school. I personally have a picture of who those people are in my mind, but each of these people can picture in their heads right now someone who made a difference in their lives as a community member and gave them an opportunity. And finally, if I can, I would be remiss without thanking our fearless leader, Bobby Konchuk. Without her wisdom, kindness, personal attention, hard work, perseverance, caring, love, patience. Did I say patience? And wisdom, we would not be on this stage today. Bobby, you were first a teacher, at times a referee and a jailer, but usually a trusted advisor and friend. a mentor and a counselor, a close personal confidant, and a mother to every person on this stage. I am the woman that I am today in large part because of your guidance, and I hope someday to make that a compliment. But before I get too sentimental, I'd like to submit this to your consideration. The security questions that protect our banking information are thought to be so secure because they're something that only we could possibly know the answer to. But as I look around this stage, I know not only that I can answer many of their questions, but that they can all answer most of mine. Not because they're super hackers, but because they were there. All of these people could hack into my bank account right now. And if you do and you find anything, please share it with me. Because college, as you know, is very expensive. Eric, your first car was a purplish, grayish 1995 Dodge Neon with a big brown rust stain on the trunk. Oh, you still drive that? Amanda Vanderman, your first date was at the blue picnic table behind the old school building with Skylar Lefebvre, the famed Skylar Lefebvre, freshman. I know, not because I'm a hacker or a spy, but because I was there. I was privileged enough to bear witness to those intimate moments in your lives that no one else will ever get to experience. You are the only people in the entire world who will understand why I get sentimental over paper clips. Why I abruptly shout, "We in the woods!" every time we're in the woods. You are the only people who will know why I'm afraid of dog crates. What I mean when I say agency. Why I meditate 5 minutes every morning. Why I keep calling libraries community rooms. Why I keep reminding people to have a growth mindset, and even what a growth mindset is. You are the only people on earth who know what piss ass means. What does piss ass mean? Now we are splitting off, and the future is uncertain. We're off to write more intently and speak more clearly and learn more terrifying math. They are. And we don't know whether we'll see each other every day or every 10 years. But I know I can call any of you anytime I forget the password to my bank account. But even as forgetful as you all know I am, I don't think I can forget those secret moments that we shared. I don't think I can ever forget being the scared freshman asked to prom, who was too scared to say no, but too scared to go, and had to rely on Bobby and Cindy to ban freshmen from prom so that I didn't have to have that awkward conversation. I'll never forget the lesson in humility I received from Michael after, during a presentation, I wrote him a script, and he kindly reminded me that I did not know everything. I'll never forget every time Al stole and hid my purse, phone, wallet, coat, hat, food, or other personal items, but gave me something back instead. And I'll also never forget the days of torture at the hands of my best friend Jordan, followed by hours on the phone talking about nothing and everything at the same time. I can never forget because you are so essential to my being that not even a foreign government, after my riches, can separate you from who I am. Cindy, did you know when you were creating this place that you were also creating a serious banking hazard? I'm not here with any real advice. Everything I know from you, so I'm not going to tell you to wear your sunscreen or be yourself. But I will leave you with this. Raise your caps to freedom, and something they can never take away no matter what they tell you. Your banking security information. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. And now it's time for the 401 advisor, Bobby, to share her reflections on this group.
Thank you all for being here, and thank you for entrusting us with your most precious possessions. I've always known that these guys impacted me, and about 3 weeks ago, I was talking about graduation with my son, who's 14 now, and I was just talking about how excited I was, and he said, "Well, we're going, right?" And I thought, "You want to go and sit into graduation? Okay." And he goes, "I have known these kids most of my life." So they've impacted my kids. They came at a pivotal time in their lives, and my kids can name Michael and Jordan and Al and Emily and Katie Moss. Nobody ever really calls Katie Katie. It's always Katie Moss. So, and they know that. So knowing that, they're part of my family, and they've impacted my family. And with that, they take a little bit of heart that I have, and I hand it to them. And with that, I give them this message. You will fail. My hope for each one of you is that you have the courage to fail boldly, the humor to keep it in perspective, and the wisdom to reflect so that each failure is a launch to the next step forward. Of course, tonight we're here to celebrate your success. You're launching off. And as we celebrate, keep this in your heart. Your successes come in small stepping stones. Appreciate those, hang on to those, grow from those. However, some of those stones and some of your steps will falter. I've been learning this from as early as I can remember. When I was about 3 years old, I had the best purple tricycle. It was sparkly, and it had these cool dangly things out the handlebars. But my dad was a motorcyclist, and I knew that motorcycles had keys, not pretty dangly things. So I ripped those out so that I could put keys in there, and I took my tricycle very seriously. And I have a clear memory with this tricycle, and I've kind of pieced together this memory. And this memory is rooted deeply inside my heart, and it's part of who I am. It's a fundamental part of who I am and what I give to you. I was riding my trike outside, up and down the sidewalk. I was often given clear boundaries and often pushed beyond them. However, this was not a day to worry my mom. Instead, it was a day to see how fast I could go. I was racing up and down the sidewalk. And we were in front of my duplex. My mom was in visiting a neighbor, and the door was open so that she could hear me. And one of those rides down the sidewalk, I decided to just turn in the walkway at the last minute, sharp left, right? And I lost balance, I crashed, I tumbled, and I skidded my knee. As I lay there on the cement and grass, I was angry, far more angry than I was hurt. And regardless, I let out a wail and screamed, and tears were flooding my eyes. And my mom and my neighbor ran out the door. My mom rushed over to me. I'm pretty sure she thought I was impaled and I was dying on the cement. Her face was worried as she approached me, and I continued to scream, just waiting for her to realize the tragedy that had just happened. I failed. I failed to take the corner. I failed to keep balance. I failed, and I was mad. I needed to be told that the corner was stupid, that it wasn't my fault that I fell, it was a bumpy sidewalk or a badly designed tricycle. I needed to be told I did not fail, but my mom didn't give me that. Instead, she smiled at me, brushed off my skin knee, and said, "Oops, down goes McGinnigan. Get up and try again." Now I was mad and annoyed. So I continued to cry louder. She clearly did not understand the depth of my fury. "Hey, lady, I deserve sympathy, tears, a Band-Aid, something." But the neighbor set up my tricycle. My mom picked me up and placed me back on that tricycle and said, "Let's try it again." I remember distinctly going, why would I want to try that again? I sat and watched them and thought, how does my own mother, the woman that's supposed to protect me from all harm in the world, just place me back on a death trap? This woman's crazy if she thinks I'm gonna ride again, let alone fall. And that's all I really remember. Presumably I did ride the trike again because not long afterward I was brought back home by the Carmel Police Department. But that's another story. I chose to tell you this particular story because this is my first memory of a lesson that I've had to learn time and time again. The it isn't the fall, as my 3-year-old brain deduced. Nope. The it is the risk. My mom was teaching me to take a risk. Because if I don't risk, I don't learn. The temptation to not risk, to not hurt, to not fail is great. I urge you to resist the trap of staying comfortable. Instead, lean into your community. My mom and countless others have given this gift to me over and over again, and many of you have received similar gifts from many people right here in this room. This is your community. Those gifts have given you the ability to take risks, knowing that there are people there to walk with you through it. Graduates, I want you to look out in the audience and keep in mind your loved ones. Make eye contact with your family and friends here to celebrate your next steps. These are the people who support you. These are your community, your roots. Now, I want you to look to the left and to the right. These are the people who have danced alongside you during your celebrations and wept with you during your failures. Again, your support, your community, your roots. This is the gift, the power of being with, of risking together. This is your community, part of who you are and from where you will launch. You have built it once and you can build it again wherever and whatever you choose to do. You can do this because of the support, love, and kindness you have been given as people walk with you. No one can catch you when you fall, but many people will walk beside you through as you laugh. They'll cry with you, scream with you. They'll put you back on your tricycle and encourage you to try it again. So take this gift and appreciate the words that are always with you when you need them. Yes, failure can hurt, but you're strong. Yep, failure sucks, but you can think around it. And yep, you can cry, and we'll cry right along with you, but eventually the tears will subside because though failure is tough, I know that each and every one of you is tougher. So take this gift of being with from us all as you seek to tackle the next phase of your lives, because you will fail. And because you have all of us in your heart with you, I implore you to keep the wisdom for reflection, the humor for perspective, and the courage to fail boldly.
Thank you, Bobby. She's given you some pretty powerful messages to take with you. And I'm going to say a few words too on this last day together. So we're finally here on your graduation day. I remember in September I was in your advisory and I said, these 9 months are going to go so fast. And I don't even know if you looked up at me. Everybody was just busy and I said, it will go fast. And then just before winter break, I don't know if you remember this, but it was almost to the day, and I said, in 6 months, you're going to be on the stage graduating. And here we are. Spring came and went. You defended your graduation and your post-secondary plan at the administration building, and you have proven that you're ready for your next step. Many of you are entering community colleges in the fall. Others have been accepted at four-year universities. For some, it's further training through technical school or work-related experiences. Your path forward is in sight. But tonight, you're completing 13 years of formative education, from your first days at kindergarten and finally to the graduation stage. Your families and friends have watched you grow and change over the years on a journey that's included new starts, new schools, new friends, new experiences. And whatever your path, you ended up together in this community of learners. Emily captured the depth of these relationships like no one else could. And by the way, I'm going to change my passwords tonight. I suggest you all do the same. But what we really know is this is not the end. It is a new beginning. And that's why it's called commencement, to begin. You are now ready to start another journey that will take you to new places, new people, new opportunities, and new challenges. You've established important relationships at the community school with your peers and with the adults here who've been for you, sometimes to hold and support, sometimes to push. Your advisor body has been here for you, encouraging, prodding, celebrating, and believing in you every step of the way. All of us at the community school feel invested in your futures, and we're here tonight with your families and friends to join in recognizing your efforts. Tonight especially, I want to hold up the habits of mind, heart, and health. Those are the foundation of our school, of our culture, of our community. But these habits don't stand separately. They're interconnected. And I really believe that habits of heart are at the center. These include respect for self and others, acceptance and compassion, and resolving conflicts peacefully. Habits of mind are important. It's through critical inquiry and persistence and making connections that we learn to contribute to a just society. You've demonstrated that you possess the knowledge and skills necessary, but it goes beyond your ability to read, write, and problem solve. It requires you to have empathy and resolve to understand a variety of perspectives. And it's through habits of health, like developing healthy self-concept, healthy relationships, and managing stress in difficult times that enable us to create safe communities. Yet at the center, I believe it's the habits of heart that will contribute to a better world where we respect differences and honor diversity. We're counting on you and those of your generation to promote such a world with heart. We believe you're ready to take that opportunity, and I know I join everyone here in wishing you a successful, happy, and healthy future, and that too. And now, what you've been waiting for, it's time to graduate. The class of 2016.
Nicole Ann Anderson. Caitlin Vanderman. Ethan Avery Burchett. Emily Louise Christensen. Alexander R. Decker. Cabriana Desarn. Alexander William French. Eric Avery Gallagher. Roman Theodore Armand Guazda. Ashley Sarah Hahn. Jordan Jason Hines. Michael R. Hyatt. Kevin Patrick Irie. Isaiah Rudolph Amadeus Labai. Nicholas Ryan McAvoy. Jensen Jewel McCollum. Megan Marie McHale. Cody D. Miles. Katie L. Moss. Ryan O'Connor Ryerson. Emma Dale Tanner.
Students, please stand. Graduates, please stand. Class, I do hereby certify that you have met all the graduation requirements set forth by the Board of Directors of Spokane Public Schools and the State of Washington. Congratulations. What are they going to do without each other, right? We will close our ceremony with the tradition of the community school drummers for the final procession. Will the graduates who would like to drum please take their places?